set up an online account for school admissions, in-year admissions, extended entitlement to early education 30 hours, 2-year-old funding, and home-to-school transport. This video will show you how to create an account on Slough Citizen Portal. You will only need to do this once, and you can use it for all your children. Go to www.slough.gov.uk/school admissions. All one word, no spaces between school and admissions. Select the link Register onto the Citizen Portal to apply. On the Citizen Portal page, select Register an account. A pop-up will then appear asking you to provide consent for us to keep and process the information you will be providing. You can find out more by selecting the link Slough Borough Council Your Privacy page. The link will open in a new tab. Find out more about our terms and conditions, what information we collect and why. When you've finished reading, you can close the tab. This will take you back to your previous data protection window. And if you're happy, select I consent to my personal details being kept and processed for the purpose of administering my account and providing the services I have requested. If you do not provide consent, you cannot create an account. Select I consent and select Continue. You will now need to give some basic details about yourself as parent or guardian. You will fill in the child's details later. Please note the fields marked with a red asterisk are required fields and must be completed. Start by filling in your email address. You will need to enter this twice to confirm the spelling. Create a password. Please be aware that your password must be at least 10 characters long. Must have at least one uppercase letter A to Z, at least one lowercase letter A to Z, at least one number 0 to 9, at least one special character such as an exclamation mark or a pound sign. Try to avoid using spaces in your password as this is easy to forget. Must not be the same as the email address. Choose your title from the list, such as Dr., Miss, Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Fill in your forename or first name and your surname. Choose your gender from the list, male or female. Fill in your postcode and select Search to bring up a list of addresses. Select your address from the list. Alternatively, if you don't know what your postcode is, you can use the postcode finder link to find your postcode. The link will open in a new tab. Once you've found your postcode on the page, close the tab to return to the form and fill in as before. Finally, optionally, you can fill in your telephone number. You can add a home telephone number, a mobile telephone number, or a work telephone number, and select Submit. You will then be taken to a message advising you to activate your account. Go to your inbox and check for an email called Activate Account. If you can't find it in your inbox, check your junk or spam folder. Use the link to confirm your account. This will then take you to a thank you message and select Sign In. And fill in your email address. Fill in your password. If you aren't sure you got it right, you can use the Show button to check it. And select Sign In. You will then be taken through to the main home page. You will be prompted to update your address if you have moved house, set up two-step verification, which you can use if you would like extra security for your account. What is two-step verification? Two-step verification is our way to make your data more secure. If you enable two-step verification, we will send you a verification code every time you sign in. This helps us keep your data safe. Some areas require two-step verification to be enabled before you can use them. We will tell you when you try to access if you do not already have two-step verification enabled. Changing your preferences will sign you out, and you will need to sign in again. You can select either email, which will turn on your two-step verification and select save, or no two-step verification. This is automatically pre-selected, so if you don't want two-step verification, you don't have to do anything and can use the home link to return to the main menu. If later you change your mind and you no longer wish to have the two-step verification, then return back to this page by going to My Account and choose Two-Step Verification, and then select No Two-Step Verification and select Save, and return to the home screen. The next step is to add your child or children to your account. You can do this in one of two ways. Go to the application type you want to make, and you'll be prompted to add a child if you have not already done so. Go to My Family. If you choose to use My Family, you can add all your children at once and have them ready for any future applications you want to make. Select Add Child. Fill in their forename or first name, their middle name and surname. Choose your child's gender from the list, male or female. Fill in your child's date of birth. Select your child's current school from the drop-down. If your child is not in school or you can't find it on the list, select Not Known. If you will be making a school admissions application later, as part of your application you will be prompted again for the child's current school with a wider search option. Select your relationship to the child from the list. Father, foster mother, legal guardian, mother, other family member, stepfather, stepmother. Choose whether you have parental responsibility for the child. Yes or no. Please note you can only apply if you have parental responsibility for the child, so you will need to be their parent or legal guardian. Select the address. You can choose from the address you already added for yourself or add another address. Don't forget, the child's application needs to be linked to the home where they live most of the time. You can make an application if the child doesn't live with you most of the time, but you must list the child's address as their main address. Select Add Child. You will then be taken back to the main My Family page, and you will see the child or children you have added. You will see some basic details and options to edit your child's details or remove the child. You can then return to the main menu and choose the type of application you want to make and for what child. What's next? The next step will be to make an application for school admissions, in-year admissions, extended entitlement to early education 30 hours, 2-year-old funding, and/or home-to-school transport. Find other useful video guides including how to apply for a school place on our website www.slough.gov.uk/how-to. All one word, no spaces between how and to. For more information, advice and support, check out our website www.slough.gov.uk/school admissions. All one word, no spaces between school and admissions. Or email admissions helpline, all one word, no spaces between admissions and helpline, @slough.gov.uk.